are live here at the Mount with Ryan, and Safwan, who I just followed on Twitter this week. So
you followed me too.
Yeah, no, both of you. So it's exciting stuff for me in my personal life.
As if you had one.
Yeah, exactly. So I gotta say I've been running around a lot this morning, so my energy's a little high. But we've got a nice big chunk of time here to break down the NBA All-Star break. Right, guys?
It's been a really exciting break. Really exciting start to the regular season. A lot of moves being made, which we'll get to.
Trade deadline was crazy. I was in Harrington, just on the Woj Twitter account, just refreshing.
Waiting for a Woj bomb.
Yeah, those Woj bombs.
Every 5 minutes, the Cavs were making some type of move.
Yeah, one just came out this morning that they were really close to getting DeAndre, but it fell through because the Clippers didn't want to take Shumpert.
That would be good for either team.
Yeah, because he's got
Were they ready to give up the Brooklyn pick to get DeAndre?
Because I feel like no because they didn't give up the Brooklyn pick to get anyone else. Mm-hmm. So, but I mean they could have been.
That's their only leverage on any picks in the future, anyway.
Yeah,
they have to give up somebody and a pick for a good player.
Yeah. And plus with LeBron, we don't know what LeBron is going to do. Even now with the team, we all know the team is better, but there's no guarantee.
A lot of people say LeBron doesn't know what he's going to do.
Does not know what he's going to do. And the Brooklyn pick, which is gaining steam, the Brooklyn Nets have been playing awful. Now they're one game away from the number one pick, so that pick is getting a lot of momentum.
I think I saw that like 5 teams are within like 3 games of like the bottom spot.
The Knicks are on their way with Kristaps out. They're gonna lose a lot of games.
Yeah, for sure. That's got to be their goal now. Tim Hardaway's out now for a little bit too, which are their 2 top scorers. So and wait, who did they trade for? Oh, they traded for Moutier.
Emmanuel Moutier.
Yeah, which is like, I don't know, an interesting move.
Just another role player.
Yeah, as a role player. I mean, I don't see Moutier being a superstar.
He never really connected in Denver.
Yeah, because remember, Moutier was the one who went overseas to play. He was originally signed to SMU.
Him and Brandon Jennings were like 2 of the top players.
The pioneers of going overseas and playing.
Yeah, it didn't really work out. But it's hard to say if that's because he didn't go to college or if that's because, I mean, when he was in China, he averaged like 30 or whatever.
Yeah, he was really good. He was the best player.
So does Jimmy Fredette. No one's giving him a second chance. He's averaging like 40 a game in China right now.
Yeah, him and who else was it? Somebody was Ty Lawson is in China right now, averaging like 40, and
another Denver dropout.
They might give him they might give him a contract. Because I remember watching that. He won national championship at
UNC.
Yep. With, was it Hansbrough?
Yeah, I think Tyler Hansbrough was there.
He loves the powder blue uniforms.
Yeah, very good for his eyes, really, I'd say.
It probably matches his eyes, to be honest.
Yeah.
So should we make some All-Star Weekend predictions?
Yes, I think we should. So we've got, me and Ryan were just talking about before you got here, how they've got the coaches for the All-Star teams as Mike D'Antoni and Dwayne Casey.
Oh, that's different. Usually it's the finals coaches, and they usually coach.
Steve Kerr and Ty Lue.
Yeah.
But Ty Lue trying to coach those guys would be pretty funny. You guys saw Cleveland was like, I don't know, the Warriors. Steve Kerr was letting the Warriors coach themselves the other night.
Which is absolutely ridiculous.
And someone asked Ty Lue about that, and Ty Lue was like, people already think LeBron coaches a team, so if I gave him the clipboard, he would really...
LeBron's the GM, he's the owner, he's the coach. He does everything for that team. And Steve Kerr, that's just, I mean, his team is so good. He doesn't need to coach.
And they were playing the Suns.
Yeah.
So, and they've got an interim coach for their whole year. So
you see the video of Steve Kerr with like Steph Curry on the sidelines of games?
Oh,
he was in there. He was like, "You're a strong, independent shooter. You can shoot whenever you want. I got your back. You always got the green light." I'm like, dude, I need a woman like that in my life.
Yeah, it's a true leader, true mentor. That's really what Ryan Krangle does for us while we're here, you know. We'll be on the mic and he's doing the shoulder rub like a boxer. He's in our corner,
just pouring water in the guys that are talking his mouth.
You guys are the best podcasters this side of the Mississippi, you know. Yeah, great guy. Brian's not actually here today.
Yeah, where's our producer?
Class probably. I don't know.
Skipping out. I skipped class for this, guys, so you should feel honored.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Don't tell my teacher.
All right. So, who do you think it's going to bring more competitiveness than it has in the past? Because there's the draft aspect, and there's also there's charities that there's like I think like $50,000 going to the winning team's charity and $25,000 to the losing team's charity.
I feel like it'll add a little bit more competitiveness to it because of the draft. We all know LeBron took KD number 1, and then maybe there'll be a little bit more competitive, friendly fire with
Little
Steph
bit.
on the other team,
Yeah.
KD.
Yeah.
Russ and KD are on the same team again this year, aren't they?
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Russ and KD, LeBron and Kyrie on one team. We'll see how they get along. They'll probably just put on a show. They'll just probably act friendly, buddy with each other to not make a scene.
Because Russ and KD had the alley-oop last year, and then everyone was all
Yeah,
like buddy.
but-
And then like a week later, they were firing shots at each other.
Yeah, but like I don't know, like he threw the alley oop, and then it was just like it was a very like basketball play. It wasn't like oh
Like,
yeah,
I
good
saw
job,
this
bro.
Russ, yeah.
Like after that, it was just like dunk, and then they just like went back.
Everyone on the bench came up to them afterwards and jumping around. Hey. But
I saw
LeBron's team. Oh yeah, go
I
ahead.
saw on KD's Instagram story, he was like, "I'm coming for you, Stephen," because they're on different teams now. So that would be fun to see teammates go at each other.
The team are definitely different from each other. LeBron's team is more of the big, athletic, strong type of team, while Steph's is shooters. You know, Kyle Lowry, Karl Anthony Towns from
Post
three,
up fadeaway guys.
Klay Thompson, James Harden.
Yeah.
It's like shooters versus dunkers, like the finesse
High
guys.
flyers.
High flyers versus the perimeter players. With the, mix in, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, the ball handler. Because Steph Curry, the two best ball handlers on opposite teams. I think it'll be fun to watch Giannis. He's more of a LeBron team fit, but he got drafted by Steph.
That man is the future of basketball.
I think it'll be a better competitive game. I don't think it's gonna be must watch.
Yeah.
But it'll be better than.
It always
what
felt
we've
weird to me
seen.
that they put it on Sunday night, just because Sunday nights always just kind of have like an air of like depression to them.
Because it's
you know?
Monday the next
Got the
day.
Sunday
Yeah.
scares.
Everybody has to
Yeah.
go back to work and
So-
school and.
But like speaking about the team-to-team thing, you got Curry and Durant on separate teams, Irving and Al Horford. But I doubt we'd see. I mean, they may like tease each other a little bit, but I don't think we're gonna see Kyrie trying to like make Horford fall. Even as funny as that would be.
Al Horford's a quiet guy as it is. He doesn't say anything to anybody. He's the kind of
And
guy
I
who just
think-
goes
I'm
and does
fully
his
convinced
job.
he's a mute.
I
Yeah.
think that is the only cross team where like they're on the same team on the real team and different also.
So who do you guys think is gonna win? Team LeBron or Team Steph?
Whatever team LeBron's on.
Whatever team LeBron's on wins.
I feel like LeBron's team would have won if they hadn't lost Cousins.
Yeah, actually,
Oh,
they have the
man.
LeBron curse right
yeah,
now.
they
That's
lost
right.
Cousins, Wall, Love, and Kristaps.
Kristaps.
Man.
Crips. Blessing
Kristaps.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing about DeMarcus Cousins, man, that's just sad for him, but man, for the Pelicans too. The Pelicans were really starting
Right.
to get it together
That was the Anthony
with
Davis show.
DeMarcus Cousins. They were playing their best ball. They were on a 6-game winning streak. Had one of their best wins in years at home against the Rockets. And then 15 seconds left to go in a meaningless time, chasing after a free throw. He tears his Achilles up. That's just it's just hard to see. That's just hard
they're
to
in
watch.
the 8th seed now, and
Soon to be the last.
yeah,
seed.
Clippers, Jazz are both playing. Jazz have got like a 10-game win streak behind the rookie Mitchell.
Who will win the dunk contest? That's my prediction.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
But that is tough for the Pelicans. I know our man Leo, not a basketball fan, but sports a nice Pelicans hat.
Yeah.
I think he found it on
because they were
sale,
really
so.
getting it together. They really seemed like they were going to be a threat. Davis and
Tyreek was playing
Cousins,
well.
yeah, Drew Holiday, Tyreek
Holiday.
Evans, they were fitting.
Who's that guy who just like is averaging like 45% from three out of nowhere on the Pelicans?
Is he white, probably?
No, he's not. He's just like
the name is not coming into my head.
all right. Well,
But yeah, Alvin Gentry had these guys playing really well. The Pelicans really seemed like a team that could give other teams fits because of their big men that could space the floor, that could bang down low.
Right.
because that
Good perimeter players.
Who was it?
Playing like the old Will Chamberlain team.
Yeah.
Give the guy the ball, and if he double teams, we just dish it off.
It really was.
Because I think it was about 2 years ago when they played the Warriors in the first round, and it was a pretty. It was.
It was an
I think
intense
they still
series.
swept them.
Yeah, it was a
but
sweep.
It was
Each
good
game-
to see a player like Anthony Davis get into the playoffs and
Get
see
some
how he can
experience.
perform in that environment.
Because he's one of the guys that came into the league as, like a game changer, like a monumental type of player.
So we've got.
He was one of the guys I thought should have gone right out of high school, but like with the rule changes, you have to go at least 1 year.
Yeah, his high school and like sophomore year middle school pictures are really funny because he hadn't really
He grew
filled
like
out
6
yet.
inches.
Yeah.
And he's really like the unibrow was kind of like a joke for a while, but it's
Stuff.
him now.
It's a trademark now.
Yeah,
it
so
is.
it's good.
It is his trademark.
I'm gonna say
But,
one thing: he is not a good-looking dude by any means.
Well, he does this thing with his hair where like guys will do like the the curl in their hair, if that makes sense.
He kind of has like the juice box haircut.
Yeah.
It's right in like the haircut.
And he wears the
I
headband
kinda
and
dig
the
it.
brow and the
Yeah.
bad beard and everything.
And
It doesn't even match his jawline.
And his teeth aren't
His
his
jawline.
teeth aren't there either. Ooh.
There's no way his food is even
He's got all that money, so I guess the women will
could,
come with
he
that.
could dunk on all of us. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
pull
He's
back
a great
little
player
bit.
though. Regardless of how much we hate, he's a great
He could
player.
rock that crooked smile like J. Cole.
Yeah, good reference there. A1. What do you guys takes on Mirotic on the Pelicans now?
Yeah, Nikola
From the
Mirotic.
Bulls.
We all know there was a lot of bad beef with Bobby Portis. Broke his jaw right before the season.
That
and
was
then they weren't
fun
talking.
story.
They were all over the place. Mirotic is a good player. He's your solid role player who can make threes, create his own shot when he needs to. He is a
Streaky,
team player.
little streaky.
He's a streaky guy.
He's
He could go hot, but he could also go cold.
He's like a better Kevin Love, in my opinion.
You mean
A better Kevin Love?
bad
He can't
version.
rebound like him. That's what I'm saying.
mean a
But like
worse
he's a
version of
better,
Kevin Love.
versatile Kevin Love.
Oh, I don't know about that.
That's a hot take.
Yeah,
there.
that is an
That
extremely hot
that's
You
take.
a
put Kevin
flaming
Love on
take.
any team and try to build a team around him,
He's-
it's not going to happen anymore.
He's
more
younger.
like a
He's
second,
younger.
third role guy.
He is
player.
Well, yeah, but you aren't
Yeah.
going to build a team with Mirotic either. You would rather build around Love than Mirotic.
Right.
And I don't know, because Mirotic, he's having
old Love,
he's
man.
having a good shooting season, but it's hard to give him credit for shooting a good shooting season when a lot of guys don't just start shooting really well, like up like 10 or 15, or 5 or 10 percentage points out of nowhere. You know, it'll go up and down a little bit. But I mean, I hope he does, hold that good hot streak. Because honestly, it would be fun in the playoff series to see him, just drop 30 on the Warriors and make it a more interesting series. Like how
Make the
Olynyk
Warriors
had that couple playoff games last year.
Right.
Got himself a contract.
But going back to the All-Star game, I think Team LeBron will win. I think Team Steph has very lack of defense other than Giannis. I think
Embiid can
yeah,
swap.
Joel Embiid. I feel like just LeBron, KD, and all those guys, Anthony Davis,
They
those guys
just-
just could be too big, too athletic for them.
Yeah, yep.
But
And I love to see because Jimmy Butler's such a grinded out guy,
Oh,
and
he's
a
he
front court, back
he
court kind of guy.
he
Yeah.
plays defense in the All-Star game,
Yeah.
so he's gonna be trying to put some clamps on people. So that would
Jimmy
be
Butler is one of the few guys in the NBA that actually is a great two-way player with him, Paul George, Klay Thompson, Kawhi
LeBron
Leonard,
James.
Kawhi.
Hint to LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron James.
Mirotic,
Although
right?
LeBron's
He-
defense
yeah.
is
favorite,
going
the
down.
MVP.
My
Yeah.
new favorite Mirotic.
Nikola Mirotic. Yeah, Jimmy Butler's definitely a great player that he plays hard in the All-Star. He plays hard all the time. Him, Russell Westbrook, the old guys.
Yeah, Westbrook.
The old school type of guys that play hard every time.
Did you see what Embiid said about Durant in some post-game interview this week?
Embiid said about Durant.
Yeah, so Isaiah Thomas was interviewing Embiid after like a win or something last week, and they were just on the microphone talking, shooting whatever, and Isaiah goes, "So what do you think about all this beef in the NBA going on?" And Joel says something like, "Oh, well, I don't use burner accounts to get my stuff on the web, man. I just say it with my own account."
Oh, yeah.
And just shoot shots. And
Straight shots at Kevin
Yeah.
Durant. Joel Embiid, he talks a lot.
Yeah.
He's a
beef
good
man.
he's a good player.
He's gonna be entertaining at the All-Star weekend.
Think about how Joel Embiid is, man. There's a lot that goes into him. Like his ceiling, if he can stay healthy, that's his main thing. If he can stay healthy,
Is he playing back-to-backs?
He still is not playing back-to-backs.
But he hasn't missed any games. for
yeah.
injury.
If Joel
More
Embiid
than
can
at
max
least one.
out his potential while being healthy, Hakeem Olajuwon has been the comparison.
Look out, six.
The
Yeah,
footwork,
that's the ceiling.
the finishing ability, the layup ability, everything that he goes to, Hakeem Olajuwon is his comparison, is his match,
What
which
was
is
the
great.
Sixers'
That's one of the
some-
top 5 centers of all time.
Some critiques I've heard, a little bit of a ball stopper on offense
Yeah.
sometimes down the stretch.
Mhm.
Sometimes a little bit too maybe jovial might be the word,
Mhm.
but really that's really just splitting hairs.
If he
'cause
can,
that's
if he
a
can
great
get healthy and get into a rhythm of playing back-to-backs and doing all of that, he can be an extremely dangerous player moving forward. But we hope for his health, and we all know he's an entertaining guy off the court because he likes to
Dance
talk
with cheerleaders
about
and stuff.
everybody. Yeah.
It was, I saw a tweet and it was like, you guys keep roasting KD about these burner accounts. He's about to just start atting everybody on his regular account.
No, he wouldn't. Katie wouldn't do that.
KD.
So should we move on to the 3-point contest?
Sure. Okay, we've got. Oh, actually, I had one more point on the regular
Oh,
All-Star
okay.
game. With all the Team LeBron injuries, that they've had as much turnover as the actual Cavs roster
Oh,
at the
the
trade
Cavs
deadline,
roster.
which is like 6 or 7 guys.
Yeah.
Just
We'll get into that in a few
flipping
minutes. The
teams.
Cavs roster. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, Jordan Clarkson looks
Yeah,
good.
let's talk about
He is
the
looking good.
3-point
Three-point
contest.
All right,
Yep.
we've got this is a podcast that does not encourage betting or gambling, but here we've got the
But
odds.
FanDuel is fun.
The odds for the 3-point contest. We've got Klay Thompson 2-1, Eric Gordon 9-2, Devin Booker 6-1, Paul George 13-2, Wayne Ellington, a guy a lot of casual fans aren't gonna know, shooting really well for the Heat. Bradley Beal, 17-2. Kyle Lowry, 9-1. And Tobias Harris, former Detroit Piston, came over in the Blake trade for the Clippers, 11-1.
The thing about the 3-point contest, like, majority of those guys really are the best shooters in the world. Other than, like, you take out Steph Curry, he's the best.
Right.
But other than that, like, when you list the best shooters in the world, the best 3-point shooters in the world, they're all there, minus Steph.
I want to see like a
Clay,
J.R. Smith
Bradley
come in
Beal.
the game and like just catch the ball and do fadeaway threes from the corner.
Yeah, it would be like JR would like airball like the first 3 racks and then
And
like
just
not
dribble, like,
then
10
like not
in a
hit the
row,
rim
just
again,
bam,
just
bam,
straight
bam.
to the net. But
The 3-point contest really has, like, the best shooters. Like, that's what the dunk contest, we never got to see
catch and shoot,
LeBron
grab and shoot.
or
That's true,
Russell.
that's true.
Like, the best 3-point shooters are really in the 3-point contest, which is great to see.
I was making the point earlier that they need it's just such an awkward thing to grab the ball like at your hip and then go up and shoot it. I feel like it wouldn't be that complicated to just put the racks under the hoop and have, when their teammates or in the MLB home run derby, they can have like their dad or their
Have someone
brother or
pass it
whoever.
to
Yeah.
them.
For,
Yeah,
like,
sure.
a
Catch
pure
and
catch and shoot.
Yeah, have someone and
A
then
good rhythm for
and
them.
then they can because a lot of guys like to hop into their threes, for rhythm.
Yeah.
And I just think that would
Bradley Beal
because
is
sometimes
one
you'll
of those
watch
guys,
it and guys won't really make that many, and you're like, what?
Because it's not
But-
their usual rhythm.
yeah,
Like, going back,
yeah.
turning your shoulders to grab the ball
If
is
you-
messing with their form,
yeah.
messing with their rhythm.
But then I feel like if you change the format a little bit, those guys could be, if it could be like, wow, everyone made like 17 out of 20.
Everybody
or
can
however many they
make
shoot,
it like a catch and shoot where you get it perfectly.
Mhm.
You get to go in your flow and your rhythm. That would be a good rule change.
But I feel like I like Paul George. I think I like Paul George.
He's been
Because-
going off in these past
Yeah,
couple weeks.
he's,
He's been going crazy. He's
yeah,
proving why that he is a superstar caliber player.
He's been playing well recently, playing defense both sides of the floor.
Yeah.
But I just think that I don't think he's ever been in the 3-point contest before.
Yeah,
And,
I'm not sure.
I feel good about him. That's where I'm putting my
I'm baffled that he didn't
figurative
make
money.
the original All-Star team. He was placed as a sub on LeBron's team. He should have been like first team.
He was a all-star first team ballot. He plays both sides of the floor.
Him and Damian Lillard. Damian gets snubbed every
Yeah.
single year, and he puts up Steph Curry numbers every single game.
I feel I'm gonna go with the really easy pick. I'm gonna go with Clay because I feel like he's getting snubbed a lot in all of the All-Star talks, everything else. Nobody really likes to talk about Klay Thompson, another great two-way player. I feel like he's gonna show everybody like, hey, I'm here. I'm one of the greatest 3-point shooters to ever play.
Mhm.
Focus on me.
Who's the king from Shrek? What's his name?
Lord Farquaad.
He looks like Lord Farquaad, but taller.
and got a strap.
So, yeah, I think Klay Thompson is gonna do it.
I like that analysis. That's what you're here for. I
He's
appreciate
a
that.
very distinguished chin, if you put it that way.
Ryan, who you got in the 3-point contest?
If I had to vote, I would put my money on my theoretical money,
Yeah.
quote unquote,
Cheez-Its.
on Clay, because like it's just automatic catch and shoot,
Yeah.
grab and shoot. That's what
Grab and shoot.
grab and shoot.
What's next? Do we got the
Moving
dunk
on.
contest?
So the 3-point contest, that's on Saturday,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, 3-point contest will be on
and
Saturday
the
night.
dunk contest also on Saturday. No Levine this year, but I wanted to
sad.
point out he's
healthy.
He had a game winner the other night. I'm not sure who he was against, but he had a game winner.
The
other night.
Magic, I believe.
Yeah, against the Magic. He's playing well for them, which is good to see because he had that injury.
The torn
Then
ACL.
he got traded.
We didn't know if he was going to
But,
come back the same. His mindset, being a different team, his knee.
And then he comes back against the Timberwolves, his old team that traded him, puts up
Mhm.
like 40, 10, and 8 or something, whatever
And,
it was.
and that's exciting, but it's also like, is he been able to maintain that? And
Right.
so far he has.
And Levine has
So-
always been known as just a dunker, because
Yeah.
he's super athletic, but he's a
a
solid
good
3-point
three-point
shooter.
shooter.
He's a fairly okay defender.
Mhm.
He's a good teammate to have.
Good athlete.
He's a very good athlete.
But
He's extremely
I
athletic.
always thought Wiggins was just, and because Wiggins was a higher draft pick,
Yeah.
people will act like Wiggins, was automatically better. But I thought
Andrew Wiggins,
Levine
you talk about
can,
hype, man. They were saying Andrew Wiggins was the next LeBron.
Yeah.
I said, come on now, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they
Wiggins
called him
predicaments.
Canadian. It was some like play on words with like Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
Maple Jordan. That's what it was. They called
Like
him
Andrew
Maple
Wiggins had the
Jordan.
most hype I've seen coming out in a long time.
And even if he wasn't that good, if you think of the name Maple Jordan, you can't not use it. So
It was a good comparison.
so here we go. Slam dunk participants this year: Dennis Smith Jr., rookie, Mavericks. Keeping that Dirk. He hasn't said he's gonna retire, but that farewell tour from getting too depressing, because they are losing just about every single game. Donovan Mitchell, Utah Jazz, also a rookie.
Yeah, superstar rookie breaking onto the scene, has been playing very well.
Not sure the last time we had two rookies in the dunk contest.
It's probably been a while.
Yeah, it's been at least I think 4,500 years.
Ooh, wow.
That's a fact.
That's a long time.
Larry Nance Jr., newly recently acquired by the Cavs.
I don't see him as a flashy dunker. I see he's just like a
Oladipo.
power
Larry
get
Nance.
up,
Yeah.
Get
Larry
your
Nance.
arm as tall as possible and make it look really cool.
Remember, Larry Nance's dad was always competing in dunk
Yeah.
contests back in the day with Michael Jordan.
He's gonna pull
and
out
all
one of his
those
dad's
guys.
old dunks or something.
The double dunk. That's what he was known for. Larry Nance Sr. was known for dunking the ball
Oh,
Yeah.
two
on
at a
two
time.
different rims. That's what he was.
That's
Maybe
a
he'll
good
bring out
one.
his
That's
dad's.
a good one.
I'll put my theoretical money on he's gonna copy his dad and do that. Put 2 balls in the rim.
Or bring his dad out.
And dunk
For
over
a
him.
hoop or
He
something.
could like
I
dunk
wonder
over
how-
him
I wonder how
and dunk the
old
ball
he is
twice.
now.
So he'll
I
do
mean, I
something
feel like
creative.
He can probably still get up at least once for TV.
Right. I mean, if Blake Griffin can jump over a car, I'm sure he can jump over.
Jump
his
over
dad.
a key.
Jump over the hood of the car. Gosh.
It was the hood too. It wasn't even the
Jumped
high
over
end
the
of the
hood.
car.
And the dunk was nothing. He just literally caught it and just
Yeah.
regular
If
dunked
you want to
it.
impress me, get a Toyota Tundra or something out there and jump over the
Yeah.
tallest point of that.
Do some
truck.
Skywalker type stuff. and
Because
jump over
last
the
year
hood.
we saw the drone made a appearance. Pretty
Mhm.
kind of lame dunk though. The
Mhm.
drone just kind of dropped it.
Yeah.
And then Aaron Gordon had the whatever the Magic mascot is, like that big like clown thing or whatever.
Yeah.
It stood on the Skywalker thing, right? And it went in a circle.
Yeah.
And that one was pretty cool because it was like added an element of timing and also had a set piece, but it wasn't like all dependent on that
Yeah.
set piece. So I mean, all these guys can, get
Are
up and
extremely
throw it down.
athletic. Victor Oladipo
But
in
whichever
there.
one brings the most creativity, because they've been doing this for so long, there's
Yeah.
not that many new iterations of things you can do without some type of fun props. I have some suggestions here on our notes. I put like a vape dunk, like
Do a vape trick. With
yeah,
a dunk.
yeah, like blow like
Blow a smoke ring
Yeah.
and throw the ball through.
yeah,
and
you
catch
could
a
do
dunk.
that, or you could like put like a nice big like sick clouds up around the whole hoop,
Mhm.
and then like dunk through it. So
Yeah,
you know,
we'll
feel free to
probably
take our
see a lot
ideas.
of the between the legs, behind the back, off the back, or windmills.
Mhm.
We'll probably see a lot more of those.
What's the format? Is it like attempts or is there a time limit per dunk?
It's they get like a minute.
I think
So-
it's a time limit. Yeah.
But when people miss them, it really just kind of like deflates the whole thing.
You gotta, if you
deflates the
don't do it on the
excitement.
first try, you're gonna lose like at least 2 points.
Yeah.
Dennis Smith has been recently, especially when he came in the league, getting his hype. But man, I'll tell you what, if you watch his high school tape, man, I don't like to compare people to LeBron, but when I saw Dennis Smith play, his high school tape was as good as LeBron. This guy
Stop it.
was as
Get out.
better
He's
than everybody.
He's
Get
such a
out.
small guy too that when people see him, get up, it's more just to your eyes like the proportions look better than if it was like Larry Nance who's like 6'9".
Yeah.
This guy's like
Yeah, I'm not saying he's
6'2".
better. I'm not saying he's better than LeBron, his high
Yeah.
school tape, but like you watch his tape, he pops out at you.
Yeah,
like
I saw
LeBron
I
did.
saw a lot of Derrick Rose comparisons too,
Yeah.
just with the bounciness.
absolutely athleticism. He's one of the most athletic people I've ever seen. With Russell Westbrook and prime Derrick Rose, he's on that level of like he just jumps out of the screen at you. That's why he's my pick. I was going between him and Donovan Mitchell, superstar from the Jazz, superstar rookie. But I feel like Dennis Smith, the athleticism, the bounce that he has, is really going to take over, and he's going to bring out the bag of tricks. And I feel have Dennis Smith winning this one.
I feel like it'll either Oladipo's gonna win or Oladipo is gonna like be the first one out because this is his first All-Star game, so he's playing the next night. But I also think he was labeled the bust for a while, moved around a little bit, but now he's playing really well. He's an All-Star for the first time, and I think he's gonna wanna
Show out,
improve
get out.
his profile around the league.
He's also been in the dunk contest, I think, 3 times now? 3?
Yeah,
4
2 or
times?
3.
He's always had bunnies.
So, I think.
Another really athletic guy, Victor Oladipo, going back to Indiana, was always known for his athleticism.
Bouncy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that should be fun.
Yeah.
That should be a fun.
So do you got a take?
I'm big
on
on
winner?
what's his face, Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan
Mitchell,
Donovan, what's his face? Mitchell.
Jonathan Mitchell.
He went to Louisville, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
And now
Cards
he's
guy.
turning into the it guy for the Jazz now with Gordon Hayward going down.
It's funny. What's his
We're going
name
out.
is
And then getting the Cavs recycled products.
Yeah.
Jay Crowder is now on the Jazz from the Cavs trade.
Exactly.
And Crowder played for Boston last year.
Mhm.
And when Gordon Hayward was on the Jazz coming to play Boston was like, oh, like, we love you, Gordon, like, come play for us. And Jay Crowder kind of took offense to that because that's his spot and that's his position.
Yeah.
And now they kind of both ended up swapped through a series of trades.
Both
and
of them
free
aren't
agencies.
having great times. I mean, we hope better for Gordon Hayward's injury. We never want to see that. But Jay Crowder has just his play has completely tailed
That's
off.
true. But honestly, I feel like when you're playing with LeBron, you're under such like a spotlight and
Yeah.
stuff. I think
If you don't meet his
giving him more
expectations,
space, he's got space now to kind of figure out how to get back into a groove for himself.
Mhm.
Do
Anything
you
else?
have a rookie of the year take? Speaking of Donovan Mitchell,
Rookie of the year, I think it is going without question going to be between Donovan Mitchell and Ben Simmons.
Mhm.
These guys are playing absolutely phenomenal. Ben Simmons, his vision, he still can't shoot
I
the
don't know
ball,
why he's
but
not.
he's still
Yeah, I don't know why
as
he's not an
great.
all-star.
Ben Simmons should be
Well,
an
yeah,
all-star.
a lot of people had Ben Simmons above Dragic, but I think once
Yeah.
once it comes to the injuries, they went with a lot of the coaches' votes,
Mhm.
and the coaches' votes, the Heat are like a 5 seed, and Dragic is their best player, so I think he got a lot of credit for that.
I think it'll be Donovan Mitchell or Ben Simmons, but if Donovan Mitchell continues his play, I think it'll be
I think
it'll be him.
Mitchell is going to get more credit for having not as talented teammates
Mhm.
as Ben Simmons, and
But if the Sixers make the playoffs, I think Ben Simmons is going to get it just because he led that team pretty
Yeah.
much.
That's what we see with
that
the
is
MVP
true.
a lot
He's
of
their
the
point
times.
forward.
Best player on your best team. That's what the MVP is. A lot of times the Heisman winner. We've seen that in
Right.
college football.
We've got Sixers are in the 7th seed right now, in front of the Heat and Pistons.
And we know the
So-
Jazz are not a playoff team.
That is true.
And if they do,
Well,
make it,
I mean, I don't know. They've won 10 in a row, so it's like
they are in a roll. though.
that is gonna taper
They also
off,
lost
but
to
led
bad
by
players.
Donovan Mitchell. He's
it
been a
depends.
catalyst.
It depends on how well Anthony Davis can come back into the lead with the Pelicans and the Clippers, and also the strength of schedule remaining is a pretty big deal because the All-Star game is not a mid-season break like it used to be. We're on game like a lot of teams are in the 50s or like the mid-50s.
There's only about 20, 30 games left in the season.
Yeah.
Right. This
We're
is
way
like,
past the halfway
This
point.
is like the playoff point, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like where teams have to get serious or just start dropping out and losing games.
Is that all for the All-Star game?
And then we've got the celebrity game.
Oh, the
this
celebrity game.
This game is also on.
Is Kevin Hart in it again?
Yes, he is.
I want to see like the
so
Kid
this is
Boy basket.
this is I forgot to mention as we were going through a lot of they're all sponsored by something, so it's like the JBL dunk contest, the JBL headphone company.
sponsorship.
Pringles, whatever it is,
Yeah.
3-point contest.
Yeah, no, this is what it is. It's the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game presented by Ruffles.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ruffles! Wow.
And so
Good
this,
chips.
Yeah, this
Those are
game
good
is on
chips.
Friday along with the Rising Stars Challenge. I don't even know.
I like watching that because like Kyrie crossed over. Who was it?
Brandon
Like a
Knight,
couple years
Brandon
ago.
Knight, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brandon Knight's
So-
been on so many mixtape reels the past few years. He got dunked on by DeAndre, crossed over by.
I
Kyrie.
personally love seeing all that. I'm a big Ohio State fan, and when Ohio
Yeah,
State was the
jeez.
number 1 overall seed back when they had Jared Sullinger and David
Mhm.
Lighty projected to win the tournament, Sweet 16, Brandon Knight hit the game-winning shot.
Who's
I
Brand-
love seeing
Brandon Knight went to Ohio State?
Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky.
And when
Okay.
that Kentucky
And
beat
it was
Ohio State
versus-
with that
Okay.
freaking crazy shot, I love seeing Brandon Knight get posterized and
Yeah.
crossed up all the time. I love it.
Seeing guys in the pros who have crazy college moments it's always like it's like seeing your kids grow up a little
Right.
bit.
Like watching Steph Curry go crazy in the tournament and doing the same thing and being
Yeah.
a better player now. It's just awesome to see.
Like Doug McDermott was fun to watch. I like the Derrick Rose Mario Chalmers finals moment where
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chalmers
Mario
had the shot
Chalmers.
over Derrick Rose. To
Crazy
win the
thing is,
game.
Chalmers was arguably the better college player,
Yeah.
Derrick Rose
and
ended
Derrick
up
Rose
being
was
that
a way better NBA player. We all know he got hurt.
Chalmers,
Right.
Mario
It's hard to
Chalmers
predict
has
that
such a good legacy as the guy that always got blamed for everything on the Heat.
Yeah.
Which is
LeBron
the
was- they
funny-
were always
so-
yelling at him.
He's such
LeBron
a yellow
always,
face.
always.
He's the old Kevin Love.
Yeah, exactly.
So the celebrity game should be a fun watch. It should be a laughable watch.
It's
Shouldn't-
Friday night at 7.
yeah, not take it too seriously.
Some of the guys we got in here, a couple actors from Blackish on ABC, Anthony Anderson, Miles Brown, Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx,
And
really
we got-
talented guy.
We've
Jamie
got
Foxx.
Paul Pierce out there.
In the celebrity game.
Yeah, Paul
He
Pierce
just got his jersey
and
hung
Jason
up.
Williams. And
Oh,
I'm just
I
wondering
wanna see
how
the
much
elbow
Yeah,
pass.
how
White
much, how much
chocolate.
of these guys? I feel like Jason Williams is like stays in the gym. Paul Pierce, I think he's chilling
He's
a
put
lot
on a few beer
these
pounds.
days.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he comes out there and just starts jacking threes or something.
Yeah, so we'll see if Jason Williams does a little bit of white chocolate,
Yeah,
behind the
yeah.
back, the elbow
He-
pass.
He
was
might
the
he might
guy.
embarrass some people.
Yeah, Jason Williams was the guy. He was
He was,
such a fun guy to watch.
He
That's,
was like Jason Kidd
team-
before Jason Kidd.
Team
Nasty.
Clippers. That's Team Clippers, and then Team Lakers. I don't know. I guess they just chose. I don't know what
The
they've
LA
done in
teams?
the past.
The
Yeah,
LA
I don't know
Rockets?
what
The
they've
game
done
in
the past.
LA. I
Yeah.
guess. Okay, so that
Okay.
makes sense.
They're going to be playing at
Um,
Staples.
So we've got on the other team, we've got two guys from MTV. Sterling Brim, which is the DJ guy from Ridiculousness,
Oh.
who's like Sterling, bring that back, and then the people
Yeah.
fall on their face or whatever. So that's classic. Then we got Nick Cannon,
Nick Cannon.
wilding out, and
So
then
much
we've
that
got
goes into Nick Cannon.
Nate Robinson and Tracy
Yeah.
McGrady.
Hey, T-Mac.
So
T-Mac.
I think
T-Mac.
T
I got
Mac
his
has been
jersey.
training for this because he really he really didn't have as many prime years as somebody with his talent.
Talk about a guy who.
So I think he's gonna come in, put up. I feel like he's gonna drop like 30 in the first quarter and then just chill the rest of the game.
Talk about a guy who was absolutely incredible, but injuries kind of didn't derail his career because he was in the Hall of Fame, but like took away what could have been historically great years.
I've never heard of this guy, but I remember seeing this here. It says Mark Larcy. He's the Milwaukee Bucks co-owner. So
is he playing in the game?
Yeah, in my mind, this guy's just like
This
guy's like he's like so rich, and he bought a basketball team. He was like, man, I want to play. Put me in the celebrity game. So
he'll probably be the most unathletic player.
Yeah, maybe he'll be out there dropping some.
Just let him cherry pick and spot up threes.
Yeah, exactly. Like not even go back on defense at all.
Yeah, that'll be a fun game. The celebrity game will be fun. It'll be fun to watch.
Dude, I remember
hey,
watching
the kid from Stranger Things.
Oh, is
Which
he
one?
in it?
Let's see. I'm trying to not just say.
Is it the one with no teeth?
No.
Is it the one with darker skin?
That kid's got pipes.
The one with darker skin.
Yeah. Caleb McLaughlin is his real name.
McLaughlin.
I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. Sorry, Caleb.
McLaughlin. Maybe?
But I feel like, cause I don't know, like you see kids on TV. I feel like he might actually be like 6'5", and we just don't realize it. Which would be funny if he came out and just.
He came in and was as tall as Tracy McGrady.
Yeah. Well, and then we've also got Candace Parker, which I feel like. I mean, if she wants to do it, that's good. But I almost feel like.
Yeah, Candace
not disrespectful, but I don't know. It's just like a weird thing because she's a pro. Like she's legit.
She's one of the best female basketball players to ever live.
Yeah, she's a goat out here.
Yeah.
And then final little wrinkle we've got in the celebrity game is the Ruffles 4-point line.
4-point line. What is that? Right above half court? Is that what that is?
It doesn't specify the how far out it is, but it's called the Ridge, which is like the ridge is in the chips,
Ruffles Ridges.
Which this is just A+ marketing, by Ruffles. Really good move. But it actually doesn't start until second quarter, which is weird too. But
it's a weird time, like right in the middle of the game.
We could be seeing, the future here. By the time Giannis is an old vet, we might have a 4-point line in the NBA. So who knows?
His arms are long enough from half court to get to the rim. So
yeah, that guy,
genetic freak.
That guy, when he shoots, his hand is so big around the ball, it's hard to just have touch with it.
Like we thought it was amazing that Jordan was dunking from the free throw line, and now Giannis can probably do it from the 3-point line. Like I want to see that by the time I die.
That dude is a spider monkey. Him and Kevin Durant define spider monkey.
I was thinking too at the dunk contest, what if they just let some guys they do the halftime things with the trampolines come in and do it? Because like the NBA guys, they're not gonna risk it too much. This is just for show, and they're not getting paid more. But if you let some guys come in and do it for the fame, they'll jump off a trampoline, do a quadruple backflip, land it, and land on their neck and be happy about it.
They'll lay their life on the
line.
For
yeah,
that
exactly.
Stuff, man.
So it's just throw one of those guys out there and just see.
And let the entertainment flow. That's what the All-Star Weekend is all about, entertainment.
Speaking of that, they're, regular people versus, I don't know, not quite pros, but great players.
Yeah. They should experiment with that.
I think it's the Clippers, maybe it's the Nuggets. They have NBA Street Ball legend Hot Sauce.
Yeah.
All he does is halftime
play
shows.
1-on-1.
Yeah.
Halftime.
And nobody can probably ever guard.
Yeah, with the fans.
Yeah,
and then it's
like
if you can stop him from guarding or stop him from scoring, then you get free hot dog or tickets or something like that. Mm-hmm. And so he's just out there and doing all these crazy moves,
embarrassing everybody.
Yeah, and I'm like that's a great way for that guy to make his money. He only works they have 40 home games and 30 minutes a night. So that's good checks for him.
That's a lot of money for something so simple for him.
We've got so that's pretty much All-Star game.
That wraps up the All-Star weekend. It should be a fun weekend.
I think a lot of guys are in the NBA ready for that break. They started the season earlier this year, so they had a little more time in between
games. I feel like
games.
The break was extended.
But there are still so many injuries that happened this year, so it's hard to it's hard to say how the health of the league overall,
Yeah, the players are definitely ready for this break, the All-Star game. That's why the competitiveness, we don't know if we'll see it. Guys are just trying to rest up, get their feet back under them, have a good time, enjoy each other's company.
Honestly, I would love it if they could just, get the highlight dunks, do some fun stuff, and then by the time it got to fourth quarter, then, play hard
play
for
some
a while.
more basketball, yeah.
So
there should be an incentive, home court advantage for the East or West team.
Like they do for the All-Star game.
They did that in MLB.
Yeah.
But then it's I don't know, I feel like it sounds good at the time, and then you get to the finals, and then you feel like it was kind of cheap.
The team with the better record who deserves home field advantage doesn't get it because of the All-Star game,
Yeah.
I mean, it has its pros and cons.
And a lot of the guys in the All-Star game know they're not going to the finals. so it's
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
But
that
like at the
much
same
to
time, the better teams in the NBA are going to have more guys in the All-Star team that are going to try hard for their team and then win the game. But with the draft this year, with like guys you can draft from the East and the West,
Yes,
and the
we
East, it
didn't
doesn't
really
matter.
touch on the
That
draft.
doesn't even matter anymore. So there's no
Right.
incentive involved.
They a lot of I think it was either Jalen Rose I think was saying how they did the draft this year but they didn't televise it, and a lot of people didn't like that, but I think there's no reason to think it won't be televised in the coming years, you know, because it's like it's a new thing, and
it would get a lot of good ratings.
Yeah,
I
the
believe that.
NHL televised their All-Star draft, and like they gave a card to the guy who got picked last or whatever, which is like kind of embarrassing, but it's like I feel like, you know, if you're a guy like Al Horford that gets picked last, like he's gonna be cool about it, you know.
Yeah.
He's not like part of the petty wars.
He's a
going on
mellow
in the
guy.
NBA, you know.
That's what
He's
it
a
is.
vet, but then it's like, you know, if somebody like, you know, Westbrook or something else, then it could be like more of a storyline, which the NBA might not necessarily want, that like infighting. So, but hopefully in the future we could get that.
Because the NBA is full of
televised.
egos. If Steph Curry took
Sure.
Kyrie Irving over Klay Thompson, you know, maybe Klay would just be thinking, you know, why did he take him over me?
Yeah.
You know, like, because the NBA is full of egos, guys who make all this money. These are the
So
best
much
basketball
money.
players on the planet. You know, there's a lot of fire between these
Except
guys.
for Nikola Mirotic, right?
Yeah.
Got robbed in his All-Star spot.
Yeah, so that wraps it up for All-Star Weekend.
He should have been one of the
got-
captains.
Should we
Dude,
talk
this is
about
like a third team?
third team? Should we talk about this Cavs debacle? What is
A
been
little
going
bit, yeah.
on with
Let's
Cleveland
touch on that.
Cavaliers?
Are you guys from this area more?
I'm from Cincinnati.
Okay.
Yeah,
West
I'm
Because-
Side, born and raised.
I wouldn't have guessed there'd be so many Cavs fans because we're in Ohio, but we're a good.
We used
you
to
know,
have an NBA
couple
team.
hours. Cincinnati?
Yeah, the
The
Royals.
Royals.
The Big O used to play for.
I mean, it was back like 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
so it's
what
not
it's
that we
been.
can just like rap like
Yeah.
it was, oh, I'm a Royals fan.
Because is Cleveland how many hours is Cleveland from here?
Like
Two,
three,
two or
three and a
three?
half.
No,
How many-
Cleveland is about 4.
Yeah.
Cleveland is northern.
Columbus
Ohio.
is like 2.
What
Dayton's
is
like
Memphis?
Tennessee, probably like 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give or
So
take.
because it's like, I mean, we're in Ohio, but we're not like necessarily that much closer. What I'm trying to say is there's a lot more Cavs, and I think people that live here might as well. If you're gonna be a fan of a team, you might as well be a fan of the
It's
Cavs.
either the Pacers or the Cavs, and a lot of people would rather choose LeBron than like.
Then Oladipo?
Yeah.
What? They would?
LeBron over the Indiana
Yeah, it's
stud.
Ohio against the world, man.
But yeah, they like I said, I was in Harrington eating a side salad, and my Woj bombs were just dropping left and right, and it was exciting because a lot of people were saying it was gonna be quiet, and I wasn't really expecting anything. Like I wasn't like the Pistons, my team had already made their move for Blake Griffin, so I was just kind of sitting pat, and then it just started coming in. And I think it's exciting too, just because watching the Cavs, like I'm not even necessarily a Cavs fan, but just watching them before those trades was just depressing and sad.
Yeah.
It was frustrating to be getting such poor
It was a ticking
national
time
TV
bomb.
games. you
The
know?
narrative was always, oh, they do it every year. They're gonna be
Yeah,
garbage
yeah.
in
This is
January,
really
and
slow.
they're gonna be back. But this really was
It was
different.
terrible.
The Eagles in the locker room now with Isaiah
Yeah.
Thomas. Well, what they were with
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder.
Man, some of the stuff
Dwayne
he was
Wade.
saying, he was like, man, back on my old teams, we had,
We had
Right.
practice. We were practicing all the time. We
But
were
it's
doing
like,
this, we were doing
yeah.
that.
Oh.
I really don't
He
think.
was on plenty of bad teams before he went to the Celtics.
I personally think they would have been lucky to get out of the Eastern Conference Finals with that team. I think they would have absolutely been
Well,
lucky
also,
to
it's
get
like,
out.
it's so hard to quantify playoff LeBron
Mhm.
and hard to quantify what he can and can't do. Because,
Right.
like,
Because he
sometimes.
can do anything.
Yeah, sometimes you're like,
Mhm.
like LeBron can do anything. You know?
Maybe
It's
during
like-
the playoffs he would have been like, team, follow me. Like,
Yeah.
we're not doing this ego stuff.
You're
Follow
like,
my lead. We're
like
gonna go.
if you throw LeBron on like
The Jazz.
No, like well, what's a Cincinnati State's basketball team? Then would he take them to the NBA Finals?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like
Did
well,
you see the
could
team he
he?
took to the finals in like 05?
Yeah,
against
exactly.
the Spurs?
So
That
it's
was
like
a garbage
it's,
team.
like it feels so blasphemous to like say that he couldn't do it, but it would definitely be a battle.
Yeah.
But
Did you see his
at this
numbers?
point, it's still going to be a battle because the Celtics are struggling right now, but they're a young team and they've got a great coach. And
Without a Gordon.
oh, and the Raptors are the Raptors.
The Raptors are second in the East right now.
They're first. In
The
the
Raptors
first.
are first,
And
and they have the best home record
They're
in
kind
the
of
NBA.
they're almost stale because of how they've
Is that Drake
their playoff
yeah,
performances.
their
in the last few years.
performances, they've been absolutely
But
duds.
they kind of DeRozan is having the best year of his career.
It seems like they're changing the narrative now.
Yeah, and they've got Jakob Poeltl and
Jonas
OG
Valanciunas.
Anunoby. I didn't say that right.
Is Bismack Biyombo still?
Kyle Lowry.
No, he went to the Magic.
yeah.
Valanciunas
Jonas
shooting
Valanciunas.
threes this year.
Yeah,
so
Kyle
things are looking
Lowry.
good for them.
Dwayne
And,
Casey's a very good coach. They have
I'm
the best
excited
home
for the
record
playoffs.
in the NBA, 23-4 at home. So
That's good.
That's
That's
something
that
didn't happen
Air
before.
Canada Center.
Yeah.
It's that Drake effect.
Yeah,
So-
Drake.
So for those who didn't know, who have been living under a rock, the Cleveland Cavaliers completely overhauled their roster. They got rid of Isaiah Thomas. They got rid of
Crowder.
Dwayne Wade. They got rid of Jay Crowder. They got rid
Dwayne
of
Wade
Channing
living
Frye.
his life down in Miami. He's
Dwayne
so
Wade
happy.
went back to Miami. Jay
I saw
Crowder is now part of the Jazz. Isaiah Thomas and Channing Frye to the Lakers. And the
Poor
Cavs
Channing
received.
Frye. Did
Yeah,
you see the
Channing
video he
Frye.
put out?
Yeah.
He goes, guys, just info, don't go 0-6 or they'll trade your ass.
And the Cavs received George Hill, Rodney Hood, Jordan Clarkson, and Larry Nance.
And I think a second round pick.
And a
from
second
somebody,
round
too.
pick, yeah.
And it's like I didn't even know like which deal was which. I just knew like the overall in and overall
Yeah.
out. But it was like a meme, and it was like Dwayne Wade was like, y'all don't even know, man. All they had was a Chipotle. It was cold the whole time. LeBron was yelling at everybody. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And
And
there's
then
another one, like LeBron was looking at Wade, like all curious and whatever, and Wade's sitting there like, LeBron, we gotta get rid of this bad memo, and LeBron's looking at him like, dude, you're next.
Like, we?
Who's this we?
And
Banana
from what
boat's
we've
gone.
seen, I mean, the Cavs have been playing really well.
Yeah,
it's a small sample
they
size,
beat
but
OKC last night.
beat the Celtics, beat the
yeah.
Thunder. But I think the best thing they got out of everything was
Clarkson.
a rejuvenated LeBron.
Oh,
that's the
for
best
sure.
free agent they
Dude,
got.
he was
LeBron
having
is
so much fun with
energized.
these new guys.
Yeah.
He's got young guys around him that can bring energy, that are gonna try, because they're playing with LeBron. You know, they want to be.
This is
liked,
now
and
the
they want
guy
to be-
that like he's a veteran now. This is the guy they grew up watching. This is
Yeah,
the
for
Kobe for 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I hate people that say like, "Oh, this is rejuvenated." Yeah, energy wise, it's rejuvenated. But Nick Wright posted a tweet like I think it was last week before trade.
tweeted a tweet or posted a tweet.
Same difference. He posted a tweet, tweeted a tweet, said,
There you go. Thank you.
LeBron's numbers before the trade were like 37, 8, and 9 a game with 54% shooting. That's like nobody's ever done that with 54%.
But also with that,
From the
LeBron
field?
had the worst plus minus of his career in the NBA
right, because
before the trade deadline.
his care was
Because he
not
wasn't
there.
trying. His
Yeah.
energy, when rejuvenate means he's like he wants to play again. He wants to. He feels like okay, this is better for me. And the thing about George Hill, I saw an interview. George Hill was talking, and they asked George Hill about what do you think about everything happening in Cleveland. He said, "I don't care what happened. This is my new team. I don't care who's on this team, who's not on the team.
That's a good attitude.
I'm here to play." And what really was good, he said, "This is LeBron James' team." He goes, "He's Batman. Everybody
Yeah,
else is
that's
Robin.
Robin. That
We're
was a
gonna
good
follow
quote.
his lead, and then
That's how
whenever
it should
LeBron
be.
goes,
Best player on the planet. That's how it should be.
I feel like that can really work for the Cavs. Everybody's recognizing LeBron is going to lead them, and they're going to follow behind him, and whatever happens.
You don't recognize real.
It's good to see George Hill because he was on those Paul George Pacers teams and a few good Spurs teams. But it's
Yeah,
good
he was
to
on the
see
championship
him.
Spurs team.
Good to
that beat
see
LeBron.
him.
He knows playoff experience.
Yeah,
very
good to see him back in the fold of the larger.
Because he was playing in Sacramento, he was mailing it in. He was just chucking up 3-pointers for that garbage organization, that dump in Sacramento.
Oh wow, what some more hot
Yeah,
takes? I mean, maybe it's not a hot take, but it's a bold statement.
Yeah,
nonetheless.
nobody cares about the Kings.
Yeah. All right. So wrapping up here, you guys got any Valentine's Day plans?
I plan on eating a pint of ice cream, sitting
Pint. All right.
a whole pint to myself, spooning that stuff right into my mouth, watching like Dear John on Netflix or something.
All this basketball talk is I'm probably gonna go and play some Valentine's Day 2K.
Yeah.
Play some
we got-
Valentine's
Hey,
Day.
you wanna play FIFA tonight? Or
Yeah,
something?
well, definitely. Me and Ron will get some FIFA going tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So any predictions for the rest of the season? Do we think it's Cavs Warriors again?
Cavs. I always got the Cavs every year. As long as LeBron is alive, I'm gonna pick the Cavs. I don't care.
I think.
Is it Cavs Warriors again?
I feel like
Katie's a
I'd be more comfortable giving a prediction like maybe 3 weeks from now because it's hard.
It's so fresh.
Well, yeah.
The
When the
strength is so
Cavs have
fresh.
all these new players, it's
Exactly.
hard for other teams to adjust to that.
Right.
But once other teams see what they're trying to do with these new guys, then it will
Yeah.
become more clear how successful they can be with these new guys.
Right.
So for right now, I'm gonna say Warriors and Raptors.
Ooh, Warriors and Raptors. Oh.
Honestly, I love LeBron, but it's also just something. It's hard to stay fresh when it's like
It's a small sample size with the new players.
Run it back with these
Right.
teams. So
Ryan, NBA Finals predictions?
Go Cavs.
Yeah, I got
Go
Cavs.
LeBron.
I got
Team
Cavs and
LeBron.
Warriors. I got the generic pick, but I got Warriors in 6. I like the Cavs. I think they'll be more
6.
competitive, but the Warriors are just too much. Draymond, Steph, Clay, KD. I mean, it's just
Swaggy P.
yeah, Swaggy P. Now I feel like the Warriors are still the best team. Cavs inch the gap a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like LeBron's a little bit more happier. He's leaning more towards returning to Cleveland now. But I still think the Warriors are the best team, and that's not that close, and they'll win in 6 games.
All right. Well, that is our NBA Megapod here from a rainy Valentine's Day at the Mount. I'm Noah.
Safwan Alvi.
I like how you say Valentine's, but I'm Ryan.
Yeah. All right. That's Ryan, and this has been Mountcast.
Thanks
See
for
you guys
listening,
soon.
guys.